Same person from last night.
I think it is. Let's see how this goes. I'm wondering if it was running its settings based off of it just being a webcam and not the actual game.
Yeah.
Because I've got it basically automates its settings. Back in here. Yeah, it was dodge.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Fucking best not be, otherwise I'll treat you
How
like
did you end up
Ashley.
assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
He
Yes,
is one of the characters I do get quite sad about how he dies when the ship gets destroyed in Mass Effect 2.
6. Doesn't Anderson die in 3?
Mm,
Does he die? Something happens.
the way I see it personally is all of that kind of stuff happens during an indoctrination period. And then
Sorry, I'm trying to do it quick.
you could have just waited for me to stop talking and then done it. Because they can't hear me over that shit.
They're all watching now.
Don't matter. It's for the VOD as well.
What?
Yeah, the video that goes on YouTube, video on demand.
Put them there as well in case you want.
Anything you need, Commander?
Want some fuck?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Jeez. He's wearing his pants in a twist. I'm the commanding officer. I'll tell you when you've wasted enough of my time.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving them?
But humanity need... Goodbye, Commander.
I'm not that interested. So this is my room now. I find it funny how boring this part of the ship is in this game, and then they made a massive effort in the next 2 games to make it so you could do a load of customization and stuff to the captain's quarters.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Like, out of all of the species that we deal with, I think the Krogans have one of the cooler backstories. And Rex's arc's cool, the way he goes from just a gun for hire to the leader of his people, obviously, if you do the correct path. There's Rex's stuff, because I need to get him to give up his shotgun. Tali needs to have it. Hi, xenophobic bitch. How are you doing?
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Be more alert.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Can you have a relationship with Ashley if you wanted to? Is that not one?
Not in this one.
No.
The same-sex relations weren't in this one. Obviously, Liara is different, because her species is entirely female. So I don't even think you can have a relationship with Tali in this one.
No.
I'm not sure. I could be wrong there. I could be 100% wrong there.
Unless you're male shepherd.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I know that there was originally going to have same-sex relations with humans because there's a mod to unlock the same-sex relation with Ashley.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC.
And end up as a vigilante badass called Archangel.
Most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way.
Can you have a relationship with Garrus?
Can't remember. I know you can later on. Because
If
obviously
getting the
Garrus
job done
becomes
means
the
endangering
bro.
innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Looking for supplies?
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy... Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
What are licenses?
Many of the best licenses
Let's
are
see what
hard
you
to-
got.
You bet, Commander.
So we should have some decent stuff now. we can give Rex some pink armor.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the
Wait,
Normandy.
then quick.
My last assignment was
There's
on
only
Tokyo.
10 in the pack
only
nowadays.
A cruiser, but she was a
I've
good
been
ship.
streaming
Couldn't hold a
15
candle to the
minutes.
Normandy,
There's only
though.
10 in the pack. I'm not going to eat one a minute. I'm going to eat one a second.
I don't think you ate them. I think you inhaled them.
No, if I inhaled them, they would have been gone before I opened the pack.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Cool.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Level up. Charms up to max. That's good. Let's get Assassinate. Let's get... Go. Let's talk to Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible.
That is the definition of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I was gonna
No,
close
it may be that it doesn't have access to that drive, so you may need to just save everything, close everything, and reopen it.
That's what I was gonna do.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Careful with the cable.
Yeah, no. It's just because when I type, I'm hitting that.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Already heard about a pilgrimage, so I'm not going to bother asking her about that.
See you later.
Go back up to the galaxy map. It's funny because you can always tell something's wrong with streaming Mass Effect, because now that I've reset the stream, 0 dropped frames. Going through here. Nope. We said we'd go save Liara first, didn't we? So we can have a full team. Liara's dig site in Artemis Tau. Captain Verge. Hawking.
Can you mute stream?
What's up?
Can you mute stream?
Yeah, sure. You just mute it for a second, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is where Liara is. Let's just quickly check the other planets. Actually, no, let's go get her straight away so we can use her during my other travels. We will take Tally and we will take... should probably take him because it's biotics, but I'll take Garrus. You good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a drink.
Taking your drugs.
I'm not taking drugs, it's medication, right?
Yeah, medication is drugs.
Prescribed medication.
Prescribed drugs.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like
Oh
off the
god, I
damn
remember
charts.
this.
It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Oh god, I remember how awkward this thing controls. Hello, lassie girl. Oh, she's a pretty girl. Go and lie down then. Good girl. Need to get out, yes.
There we go.
Did you hear the way she went down
No.
there? She went proper like, ooh. there's speed runs of this game, which basically they do these things with the Mako where they'll just literally fly across these gaps. So they, even though everyone else hates the Mako, the people who speedrun it love it because they're able to just make it fly across gaps they don't want to walk across. I understand why people disliked how this controlled, but I really enjoyed it when you got to go to uncharted planets on this. It was just really fun going to uncharted planets and...
Is that the Reaper again?
No, that's just a Geth dropship.
Oh, right. It looks like a Reaper.
Well, no. It's just Geth based their technology off of it. But that was the easiest way of getting rid of them. Just drive into them. And shield regenerator. She got armor plating. Let's go with a shield regenerator. Squad. Get you to... We've got her on the decryption, so I don't need to worry about that for now. Let's just get him that for now, just so he's got some shield boosts. Get her into the shotguns.
Perimeter clear.
Hostile contact!
Trying to knock down the front door seems stupid. Maybe we could find a side window?
Never heard that line before.
How do you think it looks so far?
It's looking good. What I need to make sure I don't do is I don't want to use the... Yeah, I don't want to use this to kill all of the Geth because you don't get as much experience for it, so I'll just use it on him. And what we'll do is we'll use it for cover. Let's get out. And you use sabotage. Oh. Can you hack him? Hack him, hack the Geth. Destroyer, please. Go.
Perimeter clear.
Yes, I know. Yeah, there's still some enemies, but at least we got most of the experience. some Tyrion armor. Banshee, not useful for me. What about that? No. Nothing really useful for me, but might as well give him that for now. Oh shit. Let's take that out and we'll give it to Tali. Give you the first aid interface. 2. What she's got currently, and that's it off there. Cool. Oh crap. Please don't tell me it's shooting rockets at the Mako that are parked in front of the gate. This is probably a bad idea to try and beat this thing. Hey, it worked and I got a load of experience for it.
Negative contact.
What's this? Chemical rounds and interpersonal rounds free. Two. For now, and you're using hammerhead rounds on that, which is fine. I do much more prefer the RPG elements of Mass Effect 1 though, like all the different like combinations of stuff that you can do. Even if it does sometimes get a bit like, oh wow, there's loads of shit I need to go through and all that kind of stuff. They definitely streamline it in the later ones. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I'll take that. For the accuracy on that one, but the AI doesn't need to worry about accuracy, so take that. That's just blocks. What are you doing?
Gonna draw my diagrams.
What's that?
I'm gonna draw my diagrams on my iPad.
Oh, fair enough.
Not my bad copyright then, does it?
No, because you did it. Gotta make sure you're able to, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
You actually can do them correctly.
That's how I just did that one.
Okay.
So that one don't look too bad.
I'm just making sure that you're getting it right, that's all. Because obviously if you're making it for scientific purposes, you need to make sure you're doing it correct.
Yeah, no. I'll have a few people check it as well.
You need more than a few. But nothing in there.
I thought Palaven was hot.
My people have searched many generations for a world to call home. If we landed here, just keep searching.
okay. Just gave me cover. Although I think they can shoot through that, so I guess not cover.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Level up. Nearly already got charm to max level. I think it may be worth getting advanced shield boost. Let's get a few more levels in soldier. You can get maybe 2 more levels than that. Some more levels in shotgun. Let's continue. Oh, I forgot the awkwardness it can be. Yeah, that's what they can do. I've just realised what it is they do. One sec, let me turn it around so I can show you. So they'd like... and you can get it across massive gaps if you've got like the speed to do so.
Yeah.
They must button mash so hard to get it to work though. Missed my jump. That destroyed. Pull this back.
Got it.
Cover.
Area secured.
Pull your sniper out. Assassin, I've not tried that one yet. Oh wow. Okay, got a lot of upgrades. So what we got? Improved sighting, max accuracy. That's definitely going on my sniper rifle. What rounds we got? Snell, phasic, radioactive, load of radioactives. So, what do these guys have on theirs? Guessing from the looks of it.
Perimeter secure.
Lass is just watching us.
You're not there. Hello. That tail.
Pardon?
That tail.
But it's fun messing around with this jumping thing.
Mm-hmm.
Never realised it when I first played it. Mic is live in it. Yeah, it is. I got worried then. For some reason I thought I didn't make the mic live again.
Heading to position.
Take him out. Perimeter secure.
Anyone else out there?
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
Not that I can see. Cool. I bet you have missed like loads of little upgrade packs that I've just not been seeing because obviously we're driving.
Yeah.
But that's not really that big of a deal. This is not a min-max run, so... This is just a I like game I play. We're in a tunnel, so I ain't dealing with their bullshit.
Cover me.
Garrus is meant to be like one of the best snipers, and he just didn't even take a single shot because he wasn't firing forward. I think this is like one of the boss fights where we have to fight the one of the Geth walkers outside of the Mako.
Mm.
Oh shit!
Whoops. Target down.
I just took a rocket to the face.
Not like having an arrow to the knee.
What's that?
Not like having an arrow to the knee.
Shut the fuck up.
Think we're good, Commander?
Old meme. Oh, that's twice.
Shields down.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Everyone run over here.
Destination blocked.
I'm gonna just move Garrus back to his assault rifle. He's not doing much work with his Oh, my accuracy is so bad. There we go.
We got them all, Shepard.
I might need to replace this controller at some point. It's got a weird dead zone issue.
That's it.
Yeah, every now and then, like when I'm walking, it will, well, when I'm moving around, it will just... Yeah, there's certain spots of it where it's not going all the way to the 100% on the analog stick, so it like makes her walk rather than run.
Yeah.
It is an old one. I've had this since my old PC, so it's lasted.
Yeah.
Don't we see anyone up there? Yeah, this is the boss fight here, I remember.
Yeah.
Let's heal up so Garrus can actually have a fighting chance. Oh, I remember those fuckers. But I think this is the only game they're in. But like weird stalker-like death. Now we run away. Now we throw a grenade. And we throw another grenade. And we... Stop jumping around, you little prick. Oh, Garrus is already dead. Garrus, you've been useless. Right, get the pistol out. Go, that's that guy, and now
Shutting them down.
oh shit, I don't actually have the ability to bring Garrus back.
Oh.
I need Unity. That's why, for some reason I knew, like, Unity is definitely something I'm sure I need, but I couldn't remember why, and that's why. Must be the only thing that can bring party members back. Let's get Sniper, and... just give him another first aid. Get you Carnage. Start working our way towards the hacking. Loads of stuff, which is good. Do shotgun for me, Tally. Use Carnage on it.
Not in my line of sight.
Put it in your line of sight. Go over there. Oh, that's a shotgun, that's why I need the assault rifle. Carnage that, and you do overload. Oh, Tali, you're being a bit of a nuisance now because she's not in. Oh.
Send me back in.
They both got taken out. That is a lot of Metagel then. Wasn't really prepared for that battle though, so.
Going for them.
Doesn't matter. Literally, I'm probably doing this slightly under level just because I want to hurry up and get Liara on the team so I can actually start using the correct team I want to use throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Get me used to like the abilities and stuff that I need to get like just accustomed to just going use that kind of thing.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
That's an ability I should be using a lot more. Shield boost.
It looks like this cavern formed around the ruin, after it was built.
If I remember correctly, we have to use like a laser to penetrate through something or other. Can't remember off the top of my head. Are you tracing?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Sighting 2, that would be helpful. Ah, I've already got it on there, so. Prefer to get my shots on target at the minute because its accuracy rating is trash. And let's check. I have no armor for you, I have no shotgun upgrade for you, and I have no pistol upgrade for you. But I can give you that. I can give you that. And sorry guys, as much of a bro, you are gonna have to go without for a moment.
Liara's looking for in here. Most Prothean ruins have nothing more than dead instrumentation.
We're on a roll with these elevators. You a good girl.
Hello? Could somebody help me? Please? Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Oh wow, it's funny to hear her optimistic voice again, especially after Mass Effect 2 and 3. Funny, I only found this out recently. If you ignore this mission and just go do all the other missions and then do this one last, when you get to her, she's like delirious.
Yeah.
And like doesn't believe that you're real until you actually save her. Because obviously she's been trapped for so long.
Yeah.
But I think as well, I think I read somewhere recently as well, as if you do ignore her and not go to her until the last bit, you can't have a romance with her because you don't have enough time to build the relationship.
Yeah.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth, beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
Your mother is working with...
I've already heard that.
I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her.
Just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would keep me safe from the Geth. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Just lead the way.
You lead. I'll follow.
Oh, so they were just watching me the entire time. Right, which are the problem ones? You're a rocket trooper. Die first. And you...
Clear.
I can't tell if Garrus is actually shooting his sniper rifle or if he's just looking at them longingly through the scope.
Oh. What, Lily? Hi, Papa. What's up?
Let's just give him a shield battery for now.
Hey, baby.
I'll actually just give him the base one. Hello, lassie girl. Sit. Oh, she's a good girl. Can you see her on screen? Let's have a look.
Yeah, see her.
There she is. There she is. Oh, she's a good girl. Yes, she's a good girl. Put that back where it was. Put that thing back where it was. Well, you got it. Also help me.
Put that thing back where it came from. Also help me.
That Monsters Inc.
Yeah, you might want to put it back on the stream now.
Oh yeah. I was just
watching the game, not us.
I was just testing you. None of that. I got none for you, and shouldn't use them. Hammerhead rounds free. Fuck it, yeah, we'll chuck them in the shotgun. Combat sensor. I would like a combat sensor.
Hey!
She's snooting your arm now.
Yeah. Trying to draw. Stop licking my pencil.
Don't lie down. Good girl. Got a load of shit to sell after this.
I'm here if you need me.
I think I've got another Simon Says minigame now with the mining laser controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd hate doing them.
It's not difficult, it's just memory.
Yeah, and that's my problem.
No, it's literally short-term memory. The shortest of short-term memory. It's not that difficult.
This is me we're on about.
Uh-oh, she's found a bone.
Uh-oh. What you got? What you got? What have you got?
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Seren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit? But I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
You're a seismic event.
We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister!
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
I've always hated the way she says that. On the double, mister. Like she's talking to a child. And then we all awkwardly stand. This is where we fight the Krogan.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be no fun.
I think if you have Rex with you, it changes what you can do. Because obviously, Krogan.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Oh, I got knocked over. And I'm trapped. Game. I'm literally stuck in the wall and I haven't saved it. I think it's GG.
Yeah. And you're falling through the world.
I have no fucking clue what happened there. Like, it must have been. I must have had that biotic push hit me.
I still cannot believe all this.
Oh, and you've got to
looking for
sit
the
through that elevator
What the hell was
again.
that?
Probably.
We have to hurry.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the biotic push must have pushed me into the geometry of the elevator.
Yeah.
Well, at least I could just skip past everything. I'll just try and get off the elevator as soon as. Don't really want to get caught with them.
That would be more fun.
In case you...
Thanks for getting
Whatever it is you want, you are not...
killed.
Alright, there we go. I'm off the elevator this time. Oh, hi there. You've just...
Shields down.
Is it number 2 where you get the Solarian?
One sec. I'm heavily in trouble because everyone else is dead. That was alright. Survived at least. I don't think that part listens to the config files for the volume of the game.
No.
Because that's considerably louder.
Yeah.
There we go.
I say, is it the next one we get the Solarian guy?
Mass Effect 2, we would get the Solarian, yeah.
Can't remember his name.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life.
If it was a
that day.
different one,
And
she'd
not
get
just
plenty
from
of
the volcano.
experience.
Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
Shut up and I'll tell you.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
Well, bang, okay.
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
No, because I'm sure you can. So I've done it before in a Renegade run. You can. The best thing to do is to patch into them and then just disconnect from them. And then I'm sure, like, the last one you do, at the end, they're like, oh, so let me guess, you're just going to disconnect from us again? Yup, and then you disconnect again.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
Yeah.
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
There's achievements? Okay, well let's straight away at least get level 1 of that. Not have to deal
Where's
with
that so you can get
Yeah, that's so I can pick them back up so I don't have to deal with that bullshit again. And let us not massively worried about getting first aid. Don't mind the adrenaline boost actually, even if it is just at low levels, so I'll look at that at some point. And now we need to do the rounds talking to everyone.
Yes, Commander?
He just always says the same stuff, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there we go. More codex stuff.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Rolex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
I do like Joker's character. Who's snooting me now? Well, I was probably going to grab a drink anyway. So I'll quickly let her out. So what I'll do is I will pause this, I'll pop that there, and I will put the stream as be right back, and I'll mute my mic. we're back. Time to go talk to the rest. Some good armor. Oh, no, maybe not.
Commander, do you have a minute?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. It's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Actually dropped a few frames. 83 to be exact.
Dear.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am?
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidents. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I think I'm going to do the middle one.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man
I basically don't want to make him get into a relationship with me, so I think every now and then I've got to do middle ground options.
Make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
I've probably screwed up and made him start to fall for me though anyway. If he does, whatever, we just end up getting the funny threesome line you can do. You remember that one?
No, I can't.
Near the part where, like, your potential love interests get close. If you have, like, Ashley and Liara or Caden and Liara, pretty much to the point where they'll both be with you, there's a bit of a standoff.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, what we kind of need you to choose. And then you can just go, why not all of us? And the human storms off in a huff, basically. And Liara, I think Liara's there like, that wouldn't have been too bad, or something. She says something along the lines of that wouldn't have bothered her as much as everyone else.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
Oh, okay.
What?
We can't romance Tally.
Oh, can we not?
The only way you can romance Tally is if you're a male character.
Yeah, okay. What, is that in all of them, or just this one?
Can't romance her in Mass Effect 1, and the only way you can start a romance with her in Mass Effect 3 is if you started the romance in Mass Effect 2. Yeah. And she will only romance with a male Shepard character. Oh. So it looks like we are doing Liara. Again.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Venezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What?
Yeah,
No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
She's stumbling over her words, lass, isn't she? Isn't she? You gonna go lie down? Go and lie down. Good girl.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits onto our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
That's a nice sentiment, that. I like that.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yes, Commander?
No,
Is
I
there something
want us
you
to
need?
run. Leave me
Goodbye,
alone,
Commander.
Doctor. They are available now. Cool, super pod. Talk to the other three. And then we'll probably just see what else we've got going around in this system. Talk to Tally first.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Ooh. Excuse me.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you
You
got.
bet, Commander.
Let's actually sell a load of shit that I don't need. So. Three sets of that. I don't need 55,000 sets of radioactive rounds. Jesus Christ. Three of them. Don't need three of them.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
So blunt the way she came out there with that.
Yeah. Reasons, I guess.
Oh, and now I can also just go goodbye.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Commander? Sure, I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies, at least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really.
It is.
Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
I love how she's done that, and it's like, in that analogy, you are calling the human race a dog. The dog isn't a sentient being.
It's funny because I'm reading a book that's all about racism as well, so...
It's so stupid.
Sorry, Ashley, you're racist.
Her outlook is so fucked up, it's ridiculous.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
I'm not interested in your family.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing, good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander.
No, you're just a prick.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
She's so grating in this game. Like, really, really grating.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Let's do some searching around then. See what we got. When did you get that pen?
Months ago.
Is this just the first time you're using it?
Nah, I used it at uni.
Oh, right. What, for like writing notes?
Yeah. Purchases I ever made, and it saved me on so much paper.
I'm surprised it took you so long to get one.
But you didn't like me having one.
Never was against you having one. I'm always up for not using paper.
It's just because obviously I was printing out my lectures all the time, and I was literally going through like a pad of, or wall of paper
And
a
I've
week.
told you many times you could always use a Wacom tablet to write on your laptop or something like that, and you found an alternative.
The Apple one.
Oh, it's the actual Apple one. So how much was that?
I think it was like full price fee was £80, but obviously I got a student discount on it.
It's fucking ridiculous how much they charge for a simple fucking stylus.
No, obviously I got it cheaper. So.
No, I understand, but it's just when you look at it, it's like, are you taking the piss? There we go. I knew there was something.
That look alright to you so far, though?
Yeah.
Is it actually starting to look like that?
Yeah.
So it's going to take me a while. It's taken me a lot longer than the diaphragm one, because obviously it's a lot more intricate, this, and I'm still trying to get my way around this app.
Yeah, you'll get used
This
to
is
it.
the first day I've done anything like this. All I've ever done is write on it.
You'll get used to it. Is there a belt on this one? It's search.
Message coming in.
Oh, okay.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Alright. Nope. Acid on. Wait, can land here. Level 1 pressure hazard. Low gravity but very high pressure. Let's sort out Liara. So I definitely need to get her electronics up. There we go. Master overload. Actually, undo that. There. Let's get that to there. Just first aid and there. Liara will be my healer. I think Liara can only use pistols.
Well, she's biotic, isn't she? Maybe?
Yeah, well, she doesn't even have pistol training, so she will literally only use pistols, so I need to make sure she has a good one. That will do. We will give her chemical rounds. I've got some other armor for her. Give her that, so we'll give her a shield battery. I definitely want to get the medical upgrades for their armor because they don't have healing over time like I do.
Yeah.
I know this thing handles like ass, but it's so jankily fun because it's just so like it's a mess, but it's like a hot mess. It's a fun mess. Matriarch's writings. Containing the tent held Matriarch Delinega's writings. Okay. Something up here as well, I saw. Yep. Get back in the Mako. And what was that pistol? It's good. Survey that. And there's a stronghold there and some debris there, so we'll go do the debris first before fighting anyone. Turn around, please. Yep. I'm sure this is always pretty much the first planet I just randomly go onto, because it's always right next to Liara.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some enemies at our stronghold. Crashed probe. God. What,
I've got the top.
Yeah, gonna have to try it again. Oh, I have to just yell on gel, whatever. Yeah, I should have plenty of Omnigel. If anything, I should just break down a lot of this stuff to Omnigel if I don't need it.
Mm.
Just so I can always have like a surplus of the stuff. I don't care for cryo explosives. Right, let's go to the stronghold. The thing I am glad of is they do actually have like a kind of topographical map.
Yeah.
So you can see based off of the colour gradation, the geographical like landscape.
Mm.
So I know going in this side I can probably go up here for mountainous cover.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Ella.
Pardon?
Ella, one of my friends at uni, because I bought this pen and obviously I'd take my iPad to uni, it made her buy one. I literally gave her like iPad envy. And so she was just
That's
like,
difficult to give people nowadays because most people know their shit.
well, she never had one. But she's...
There's, there's better alternatives.
As I posted the picture I did earlier on Instagram, I knew she was going to ask me like how I'd done it, because she's like so into that.
She's so into getting ripped off. I'm going to need to get closer. The sniping skill in this game isn't good enough just yet.
Clear.
I could like record this stream somehow. This would be quite a good stream.
You could stream that easy.
I'm guessing I'd just use an app or something.
Yeah. You get screen cap apps. Obviously, I don't know how good some of them are because
you've not used them.
Nope.
Heading out.
Problem is, looking at it for so long makes my contact lenses go a bit funny.
Ooh,
When I'm like
probably
this.
drying them out. She's so close to the bloody screen.
I kind of have to be.
You don't. God, this Krogan's fucking taking the piss. Want them to die. I don't care about the extra 40% experience at this point. Just die. There'll be more enemies inside for me to kill to get experience.
I think we're done here.
Oh. Yeah, Kane, stop driving me forward, please. Thank you. Should probably save.
Is this the first time you've saved today?
In this play session, yeah. 'Cause I'm an idiot.
Enemy contact.
Go, go, go!
Valley's down.
Just a scratch.
Go!
Head back around this corner, please.
Go!
But I sworn I got Liara to get first aid, or does she not know it just yet? Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did. Why is she not doing it? She's not doing the job.
I'm guessing it's just a passive thing. Might need to Google it. Look into it. Let's get her to have warp. Give her more abilities. And you can get that and that. And then what can I have? I should probably get assault training.
Perimeter secured.
Do I have any more medical sits? I do. So put that one on you. Now you both should be healing. Getting a load of stuff. Upstairs from what I remember. Seem to be wrong.
I sense trouble. I think we're done here.
Okay. Is she alright? Is she... She's just like, I sense trouble. I think we're done here. It's like, nothing happened.
Heads up!
There's nothing here. Oh, apparently there is.
Clear.
There must be an enemy around somewhere if it's letting me do my ultra fast sprint. Must be through this door.
Hello, baby.
Oh, maybe not. Hello, lassie girl. Oh, she's a pretty girl. It was funny when I was streaming with Tom, or playing games with Tom or something, and no, it was Ollie, and obviously I think it was when we were sorting out the video for the podcast.
Yeah.
And Ollie went, I Yeah, I just saw a dog's tail, and I was about to say, if you don't pet that damn dog.
Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Do you not know that one?
Nope.
It's off TikTok.
Of course it is. Everything you do is off TikTok at the minute.
Can I pet that dog?
Oh. So the mission that I had come to me from that woman, from that woman over the radio,
yeah.
this was the mission.
Oh, right. Oh, you puppy. Did you let her out?
Yeah, she had a poo.
Oh, you have a big poo. Did you?
I'm literally just gonna grab all the stuff, and I'm not gonna bother looking at it all until I'm out of here.
Mm.
Will I not drop down there? Guess not. Down here? No.
Take cover! All targets down.
Something up there though. That should... That is everything on this planet done. Turn to the Normandy. Let's check the equipment that we all got. Improved sighting, I will take that one on mine. Have anti-personnel rounds free. I'll keep anti-personnel rounds free on that one. Sniper. I'll keep the hammerhead rounds on it for now. No, high explosive cryo. I don't care about the cryo. Moves that to Omnigel. That's that place done. Survey this one. Matriarch's writings discovered again.
Or is that for finding what's face?
It's not Benizia's writing, no. It's a different matriarch. I'm guessing it gives me codex entries. Is there anything on this belt? Yep, there is, right there. That's Macedon done.
I always found it funny in like the third one, you'd like get chased by the Reapers if you weren't ever so near to them.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was that made you get chased by them though. I think it was there was
you
something.
You just go near them. You go near them. I'm sure that's what it was.
Asteroid cluster.
I can't even remember it hinting so much in this one though about it.
Oh yeah.
I never realised that.
They had the plan for the whole thing outright, but I think the original ending they wanted to do got leaked. So that's why we got the shitty one we ended up with. That and Corey Hudson thinks he's an amazing writer when he isn't as good as he thinks he is.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
We're going in. With Liara and Tully. Ooh, stretchy legs. Well, that'll be why they've got a distress beacon. It's just constant meteors. Alright, let's quickly sort out the equipment of everyone else. Let's upgrade her combat sensor. Still cool with her having the hammerhead rounds. And she can keep the phaser rounds. You can have improved sighting and you can get the upgraded chemical rounds. Both of those guys have first aid interfaces, which is what I want to have, so that's all good. Let's check the map. Stress signal, anomaly, debris. Let's go to the debris first. How's this over here? Thing. I examine it. Oh.
Ready.
There's something to be destroyed? It's not. To my waypoint. Over the bloody mountains. Are you uploading things going back and forth or something?
No,
Fair
that's
enough.
just open.
No, fair enough. It's not a big deal. I was just wondering because every now and then we drop like a couple of frames here and there. I'm guessing it's just when you're loading something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Lithium. I found Davana's song. Still the right way. Crashed. Ah, fuck it. Just incendiary explosives. To be fair, what's the one have I got on this sniper? Improve sighting. Let's up that to improve sighting 3. Move on to the anomaly. What is this anomaly? Right, it's here. Oh, there's a body. A mummified Solarian.
Oh, lovely.
Found Captain Mylon's identification tag. How he ended up here is impossible to know for sure. And now let's go to the distress signal. Fresher more. I remember these.
Yeah, I remember them as well.
As soon as I saw this, I was like, why is this familiar? And then it was like, oh yeah, Fresher more. On foot?
Yeah.
Or is it the second one? I think it might be the second one. Oh shit! Came out from underneath me and just damaged the vehicle.
Yeah.
Understood. Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Let's turn it off. Can I turn this distress beacon off? Because that's the main problem. If it was alert or a trap.
On your order,
Anything else? Maybe down here, so let's just quickly go over there. I think when I first played this game, way back when, I ended up scouring loads of these planets like back and forth just to make sure I wasn't missing stuff. Not that it was necessary.
That's what you do though when you play games. You literally go everywhere.
I try to, but I don't do it all the time. Games where it's not a chore to do it, I will do it. It's like Breath of the Wild. The side missions I like to do, the memories I like to do, but I'm not going across the entire map trying to find all of the Korok seeds because there's 650 of them, and that's not fun in my eyes. That's just a chore. I'll find the ones I need to get the upgrades I need, and then that's it. It's like this playthrough. We're not doing an 100% playthrough. We're not making sure we find every last detail. We'll make sure we do all of the stuff for the main characters. And we'll make sure we get a lot of the bits that we need, but that's about it. We're not going crazy. Mainly because, one, I actually want to try and get through as many of the games as we can. Well, looks like that's it, so let's go back to Normandy. One place we do need to go to is the moon.
Yeah, you said that the other day, didn't you? But you get something from there.
It's what upgrades your class to its advanced class. But it's also basically what starts off as Edie in the later games. I think we only find out the full truth of that in the third game when you actually get her as a character. So that is all of them checked. Hades, Gamma, Voyager, Cluster, Armstrong, Nebula, Kepler, Verge.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy? Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skyllian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts.
Sure thing, boss.
We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
I don't think this is the one with Earth. That's Pharaohs.
Do you mean oh, you mean the
I'm trying to find the Milky Way, basically. I never remember the proper scientific names for all of our galaxy stuff.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some troubling information, Commander. We need your help.
You was just talking to me.
Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuz. There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by Thresher Maws. It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
You think these scientists had something to do with the attack?
I'm not certain what I think, but it's worth investigating. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th Fleet out.
Just gonna nip to the toilet. I'm gonna mute the mic and leave the camera on.
Anyway.
Continuing on.
Well, you're muted now, yeah?
Yeah, it's all muted. This is...
Oh, that's black. What I wanted.
Not what I'm after.
That's not the colour I was
Hawkingator, Century...
I'm not picking the colour. Same colour. There we go.
Oh, it helps
Message
look
coming
at
in,
the,
Commander.
thing
Big
back to gaming.
surprise, the Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you.
Mhm.
An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hawkingator cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
I might be able to end this without violence.
That may not be possible, Commander. We don't want a bloodbath, but Kyle is dangerous. I'll trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
I'm but a beautiful farmer. I will return to these places. I just want to find Earth. Or do I need to go to any, like, other places first? Gemini, Sigma... Worthington... Can you do me a favour? Google where Earth is in Mass Effect, 'cause I can't find it. I don't remember the name of the
Go
cluster
out.
it's part of.
Let me see if I can remember.
Kepler Verge, Armstrong Nebula, Voyager Cluster, Hades Gamma, Artemis Towers where we've just been, Exodus Cluster, Horsehead Nebula.
Try Exodus.
God. Utopia. Try there. It won't be where one of these missions are, because you don't have a mainline mission on Earth or on the solar system of
No.
Earth. No.
No, okay.
Oh, it's Eden Prime.
Okay, let me try again. It's not that one.
Good enough. Renus. It's not on this one. You can Google it. Yeah, you can Google it.
The only other one I was thinking was the very, very far right. Keep going. That one.
I won't be that far. We're not that far out.
We're on the edge.
We're not the edge.
Sure we are.
We're not.
Commander, incoming signal from 5th Fleet HQ on the Citadel.
We find out.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up. In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after First Contact.
What makes this uncomfortable?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology. The probe has a demo nuke built in. A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If somebody finds that probe, tampers with it, you don't need me to finish, Commander.
I understand this must be handled, but I don't have anyone trained to deal with this sort of thing, sir.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe. I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
We'll get on it immediately, Admiral. And we'll be discreet.
I don't remember that one.
Good luck.
I don't remember this mission
So
at
is
all.
it the Turians who found the humans?
Yeah, that's why it's called the First Contact War, because our first contact was with the Turians, and that's what we had a war. And there's people that are for and against a game set in the First Contact period. When really, I'd love a game, a bit more of an action-based game, where you get to play as Garrus during his Archangel year. Earth Moon. That's the one.
That one.
UNC Rogue VI. Oh, no, 1 minute. No. After reaching level 20, so I've got a while to go yet, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
So let's go back into the Voyager cluster and get rid of those nukes. I was wondering why I couldn't find it.
Was it in one of the ones I said then, or not? Did it not say?
I didn't read that far. I just didn't bother. If I know I can't access it until level 20, there's no point in me learning where it is. Alright, so homing beacon, debris, anomaly. Let's go to the anomaly. First, we'll go this way. Just over this ledge. She's such a cute doggy. This looks like a place a fresher Maw would attack. Just nice, open, flat field. I think they probably had trouble with getting it to work on bumps and hills. Doesn't look like there's anything of use here, so it's the anomaly. Okay, there's another anomaly over here. Another corpse.
I'm on my way.
Carbonization on the door of the contragravity speeder. You see the Nezo brand name. Judging by the charring, the wreckage has been here since the star's last variable peak. The corpse is wearing the remains of an expensive suit and what appear to be melted antique aviator goggles.
Lead on, Commander.
Words.
Words. Do them good.
So it's been there a long time recently.
Yeah. Corpse got suntan, basically. I shouldn't have gone down that bit. It's gonna struggle to get up here. There we go. Where's that thing over there that I want to grab as well? Oh, look, another corpse. We will just go boom, 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 boom. Another Tyrian insignia. So it's good. Oh, it gives us an area map. Probably lets us know about the stuff that I've already just found. Probe. There it is. And bypass. Boom. Boom. Off. There we go. In fact, actually, I might have a shield regenerator on mine. Because my shields are down a lot at the minute and I prefer to just have them come back quicker. This looks suspect. All that cover. I bet you it's when I leave that I get attacked.
The signal is coming from a mine?
A trap. It has to be.
I concur. This did not crash. Someone moved it here.
Yes, indubitably. I concur.
They may not know what they have. Let's find it before they set it off.
All right, Shepard.
Climb the damn box. Way too much cover in this place for there not to be any combat happening. That one. Maybe jump, that did.
Made you jump?
Yeah.
Shepard, at last.
You have me at a disadvantage.
You don't remember me. No matter. I remember you. I never forget anyone I've fought. My name is Ilanos Halliot. I doubt you know it. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh? Thousands of pirates, slavers, criminals of every stripe?
In most criminal organizations, it's the one who's recognized as the most successful.
That's correct. The one who kills the most men, seizes the most ships, pillages the most colonies. 3 years ago, I was the strongest. I used my influence to assemble a fleet. We would drive your kind out of the Verge.
You're the one behind the attack on Elysium.
I was the motivator, the instigator. The one who promised glory and riches for sacking the largest human colony in the cluster. The one blamed when it failed. Failed because of you. Your damnable holding action.
My crew will come for me.
Let them. We'll be ready. An Alliance warship would make a fine prize. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid your suit radios aren't powerful enough to transmit out.
So, it's fair enough that the Paragon choice is can't we negotiate, but I wouldn't negotiate with this kind of person, even if I was the greatest and most angelic person out there.
You can't negotiate with him.
Well, no. He's a killer.
We'll find a way out of here.
I rather doubt that. Goodbye, Shepard.
What do we do now, Shepard?
We've got air and light and the Normandy's still in orbit. Let's look for another way out.
Good thing I've gotten good at those mini games, because I didn't have enough Omnigel to disable them all. Alright, definitely going to be an ambush up here now.
Ready.
I need to make my way back to the bloody Mako. Yep. Now Tally's just died as well. And over there. Ah, for fuck's sake. They're just not running where I'm telling them to run, so... Tali somehow got back up though.
She hasn't. Oh.
Right, Tali, run over there. Okay, maybe not. I've got a while until Unity's ready, so... I think it's because they keep... One of them keeps rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
Or it's because I'm technically considered far enough away that it's making me be considered out of combat.
Yeah.
Oh, that Elias prick's dead.
Perimeter secured.
Right. Definitely get the adrenaline bursts. 'Cause then I can do 2 assassinations in a row.
Yeah.
And... don't know if I want that, or if I want to just keep moving up the sniper rifles and get the next level of assassination. Although I could probably do with also going and getting fitness, at least the 1 level of it. Let's just took another level in soldier for now. You can get next level of throw, and you can get that'd be worth getting actually, just to get the damping. Now let's just do the shields. Doesn't look like there's any resources to grab, so we are out. Survey on this solar system. Like it. That's that place dealt with. Let's go to the Armstrong Nebula and at least start working our way through those Geth outposts before we finish for the day. Right, if that's the one we're going to land on, we'll just scan the other places first. Terran insignia. Nothing on that one to scan. The amount of work that must have gone into giving all these different planets names and like the actual technical data of them and like the flavor text of them must have been insane.
Yeah. Lots of research.
Well, I don't think it would have been down to research. I think a lot of it is just they've made it up themselves.
Mm.
But that's still a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I've had my other refund come through from Amazon so we can get one of those probes.
Geth probe.
A what?
Is it Geth probe, is it? No?
No, it's not a Geth probe. It's a meat probe, so I can check the temperature of my steak.
I meant whatever it was in here, I can't remember what it was.
Nothing to do with Geth probes here at the minute. That's the outpost, so we'll do the anomaly first. Getting there.
The nasal cavity's a bitch.
What?
The nasal cavity's a bitch.
Why?
Just is.
Fair enough.
Doing the turbinates in a minute. The turbinates.
Okay.
You don't know what they are, do you?
Nope, no idea.
And the inside of your nose.
Not interested.
They create more surface area for the cilia or air. I think it's the cilia.
The stuff that doesn't work for me then, seeing as I have no surface area in my nose ever since I got broken it. Pretty much.
No, that'd be your cartilage up here. Well, all that's cartilage.
That's the only thing I know about nose is cartilage because that's the thing that I get damaged most. Bugger off and
No,
don't.
I'm just showing you where your
don't
cartilage
care. I don't
you
want
probably
you to.
just. I don't know if you can break cartilage, but
You can.
Probably. Oh, it's black.
You can break anything if you try hard enough.
Heading to position.
It'd be pretty cool if I could stream what I'm doing on here alongside this.
Probably could some way, but it'd be... You'd have to hook in that, basically. And it would also... It would take up retail space on the screen.
Yeah.
She's dreaming.
Kind of coming open a bit.
Just leave it down.
I know. I'm not talking out her, I'm just talking about her.
It'd be one of those things, if that was going to be on screen as well, it would have to be very, very small, like next to the webcam, because obviously you've always got it vertical, so it would only take up that vertical space. And if needs be, what I could do is when I go to like the just talking thing, I could have it alongside there as well, a bit bigger, for like when I go to the toilet kind of thing. But that's something that would take a while to look into.
Just so people can see what I'm doing, I guess.
No one's interested.
On my way.
So many crashed probes. Alright, that's all of them. Let's just do the Geth outpost and we'll call it there for the day. Unless you want to carry on.
My eyes are getting a bit tired, to be honest. As much as I'd like to keep doing this, but I would literally just stay up all night doing it, and that would not be a good idea.
I was thinking this. I stream with you based off of your timing. I'm happy to keep going for a little longer if you want to. It's up to you.
Outline this.
So,
Let me just outline this.
because you can always just take a break from looking at that and just give Lassie a fuss, take her out for a week.
I'll probably go put my glasses on.
And put your glasses on, yeah, take your contacts out. I'm only doing side mission stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like if something story-wise was about to happen, I'd just pause it and wait for you to come back.
Securing point.
To be honest, it's taking me too long to do this.
Yeah, and that'll be another thing that'll be causing you strain, because you've got 2 screens plus those 2 screens. So.
I'll go take my lenses out. No.
I wanted to sit up, my bum was hurting. You do know the camera can just see your bum. It don't matter what happens, it's because of the way the camera's orientated. Let's go up this hill. Because I don't want them shooting down on me. I prefer to shoot down onto them. Oh, hello. I can't see a damn thing from how far away I am. Just go get this mineral deposit. And survey this. I'm booking it up now. Ah, fuck it. Oh, hi. This must be the pathway up. Let's try and destroy this next one by hand if we can. Actually get up to it first. Whoop. There we go. More experience. She been a good girl?
Yeah.
She got her for a wee?
No.
I just played with her for a bit.
Yeah. She just basically watched me take my lenses out and then we just had a bit of a fuss on the landing.
What?
She just watched me take my lenses out and then we just had a bit of a fuss on the landing.
Okay. I need to work towards fitness, so let's get the fitness one done.
See, I actually have to pay attention to which part I put my contact lenses in now, because obviously I've got 2 different lenses. Today was the first day I wore my astigmatism ones.
Oh, fair enough.
That's why my eyes felt a bit...
Because you're not used to it.
No. Only this eye, and my other eye's fine, because that's still the ones I've always been wearing.
Yeah.
But to be honest, probably shouldn't be wearing them when I'm doing this, because I'm better seeing things close up than...
Yeah. You're just straining your eyes for no reason really there.
Yeah. To say I can see this perfectly fine, because I'm right next to it.
Let's get the electronics done so we can get damping done. Let's move to the outpost.
Redeploying. Engaging target.
Uh-oh. Okay. What are you? Are you a Colossus?
I sense trouble.
Yes, it is. Let's run it over. Because that's actually the easiest way of killing these things, is just to run the damn thing over. Keep running it over, can't do anything, and then I should hopefully be able to park the vehicle on it. There we go.
Outposts to go. The first step in a long journey.
That's the only reason why I wanted to run it over, so I could get more experience when I killed it. We get high caliber barrel, shield battery, and chemical rounds. Back to the Normandy. Yeah, she's my back. Quarantine is it's very tiring on this old body. Put on there. And that will be the one with the outpost, so let's rest these for surveying. Time to go to outpost number 2. You literally just colouring bits in then, basically.
Yeah. I've done all my tracing, so I'm like colouring it in, And then I'll go back over.
So it's above.
Yeah. Just to tidy up a bit.
Mm-hmm. Surprised you're not using like a fill tool or anything.
Don't think there's one.
Probably is.
I don't mind colouring it, it's quite therapeutic.
Gap outpost is that way, so we will make our way in this direction. She just keeps going to sleep, from what I can see.
Late.
Pardon?
It is late.
I know.
She's usually asleep in bed with me by now.
What's that?
She's usually asleep in bed with me by now.
No, she's not. You're usually messing around on your phone and she's usually just watching the door wondering if I'm going to come upstairs. Pardon?
I'm talking to myself.
Ah, fair enough.
I'm trying to figure out what colour's what.
Bird under the beacon was an identification tag for Captain Fane. There's no identification of why it was hidden there or who buried it in the first place. Okay. Moving swiftly on. Go straight north. Can I stop the map from moving around? No. That's annoying. I don't like it when the map moves with me. I prefer it if it's always pointed north.
Yeah.
I understand some people like it when the map moves with them, but it's just not my thing. I've made a grave mistake dropping into this hole, I think. Let's try and get out of it. Over this way. Oh no, I damaged a wheel. And there's two turrets for some reason next to the anonymous signal. Crash probe. Heatsink, the one that just lowers heat. Oh yeah, because you can have the frictionless materials one as well, I remember, which is the higher level. I'm not worried about the heatsink stuff at the minute. These GEF turrets, or just normal rocket turrets? Geth turrets.
Heading out.
I think I'm just going to stick with being in the Mako for this. There's too many to deal with. Let's get out of sight. Let that shield.
Got it.
All targets eliminated.
You guys stay over there.
Enemy contact.
What's up?
I pressed Siri by accident.
Ah, fair enough. I'm hoping the repairs also gets my shields back, because it's annoying having no shields in the Mako.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it though. Sort out an angle for the hull. There we go. That's one of them destroyed. Just got one left, so I'm just going to run this one over and defeat him by...
I'm probably thinking, if I just get this nasal cavity bit done, then we'll... Yeah.
That should give me time to beat this level, beat this planet at least.
Understood.
Perimeter clear.
On your order, Shepard.
I'm right here.
Shouldn't I be able to, you know, turn this signal off if it's a distress beacon or something? Guess not. And you can get me not quite enough into there. We'll work our way into it though. Find getting so I can get the singularity and that so I could unlock damping. Make our way to the other Geth outpost. worked. So much crap on these random planets. I need to get better combat scanners.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my radar's getting jammed. Not something I really want to happen.
No.
On my way.
Should be able to snipe most of the opposition from my position. That's definitely not all of them. That's just that one left there. Here comes the big boy dropship. Oh wow, I'm actually fighting the dropship.
Outposts done. We're halfway there.
What did we get from that? Radioactive rounds, okay.
Wait, don't you also get a gaff in the other games?
Mass Effect 2, yeah, we get Legion.
Yeah.
Only Mass Effect 2 though, because it's in Mass Effect 2 where we realise that the Geth that are working with Saren are actually a radicalised portion of the Geth, so they actually ended up splitting off.
Yeah.
Get this mineral deposit, get back on the Normandy and save. How much more have you got left to do?
I'm just doing the main bit.
Can you talk towards me, please?
So I'm just seeing what I've done. Where does that bit go? Still a little bit.
Okay.
Not loads. And then I'll just go over my Mines. What's that mean?
A League of One. Okay, I don't remember that.
Do you think there's like some new missions or something?
No, no. I'm
You
just
can't
wondering if
remember
it's
it.
like side stuff that I never really saw.
Mm.
Obviously, it's been so long since I played this one.
I think we must have played it 2011, 2012.
But when I first played it was back near when the game came out, back when I was in college. It was the first time I played it was the first time I didn't move out from my home, but I left home.
I'm just thinking of when you
We played it through when we was living together.
yeah.
Because
That must
we
have
was
been
down.
2011 or 2012.
Yeah,
then.
because it was when we was at the first house together at uni. Because I remember it was with that really old TV that we had.
That's how I remember it as well.
We had that sofa and crappy table, but to be fair, that was actually a really comfy living room. Now I think about it.
It was, yeah. The sofa was the landlord's, wasn't it?
Yeah. We had that front room that never got used.
Just a dumping ground.
Yeah.
Mainly for our bikes.
Well, it was our bikes and audio equipment as well. Like, the amount of audio equipment was in that room, which was probably the stupidest room to put it in, because it was the room at the front door.
Yeah.
As annoying as it was living in a terraced house, that was a decent space.
Oh yeah, we did good on that one. We got a good place. As much as everyone hated us, but
I don't give a fuck about that. Everyone hates us now.
yeah. Nothing's changed then really, has
Exactly.
it?
Oh, hello, fresh and warm. Oh shit! What the hell?
You didn't save, did you?
No, there's checkpoints. There will be a checkpoint when I landed on the planet, but like, that was like an instantaneous destruction, which I've never seen do that before.
What was it?
Fresh and more.
Yeah. Did he just jump up on you and?
No, it wasn't even like he jumped up on me. He just spat whatever his projectile was at me, and that was it. GG. I keep missing that. Oh, there we go, he just ran me over. The noise it makes is pretty grim though. It's that last bit, isn't it? The little like dribbling type noise.
light of bubbling.
Yeah, that's that thing dead at least. Let's repair that. It is parked on level terrain, it's just, it's probably just repairing, I can't get out. There we go. Oh. So it looks like the Geth had a run-in with the Fresher Moor. There's some Geth bodies out there. Show the telltale signs of Geth weapons fire. The Geth have been mangled by the Fresher Moor. At least they got what was coming to them. Let's check out this other anomaly. Oh, this is cool. Looks like another Prothean site. Good thing I've got Liara with me. She might.
Yeah.
Prothean data disc recovered. Searching the ruins, you discover a Prothean data disc. It must have been dropped by one of the Fresher Moor's many victims. Yeah, I got anything to say? I guess not.
Nah.
You'd have thought she would, seeing as, you know, the Prothean's her big thing.
Spent 50 years of her life on it.
Yeah. I saw something on the radar. What is it? Survey materials. A spinal cord.
There, yeah. This is the back of the throat. I've been doing.
Ah, fair enough.
I'm down here in a minute.
Fair enough. Looks like we've got war jamming signals from the Geth outpost. I'm just going to some resources over here. I'm guessing it's in this little crater. Bomb. Salvage this. I've got loads of shit I need to turn back into Omnigel. Loads of crap I don't need. A load of shit I can sell as well, probably. What the hell is this outpost? You're northeast. No, northwest, dickhead.
Yeah, done that bit.
Done that bit? Cool. Well, I'll take out this Geth outpost then and we'll call it. If I can get up this fucking mountain.
How long's that took me? Nearly 4 hours to do that.
Is that all you've been doing, really, for the 4 hours?
Yeah, since we started the stream, I finished typing up one page.
Yeah.
Which took me like probably 15, 20 minutes, pardon me. So maybe 3.5 hours then I've been doing this.
Fair enough. Right, you two stay there.
Let's take them out.
easy that was compared to what I'm doing now.
Oh, fuck!
Wait, Lassie up!
I'm sorry, Lassie. I poked my head out a little too much. Please don't tell me that puts me back at the beginning of the planet. It does. I'm not doing that again. I'll have to fight the Threshermore all over again. We'll just save. Next time, you know what your job, one of your jobs can be while I'm streaming this?
What?
Just every couple of minutes say, you saved?
Yeah. I can do that.
Because I'm shit at this. Because I'm so used to automatic save games now. I'm so crap when when I need to save the game myself.
I was just saying to you there, look at the difference in like difficulty from that.
Yeah. You are adding a lot of unnecessary detail though.
Yeah, but it makes it look better.
No, that's fair enough.
I mean, I know it's not coloured in, but what do you know?
Fuck all. I'm not even gonna bother, so don't bother asking me because I don't.
It's a nose.
Cool story.
You knew that was a spinal cord.
I'm done. Stream's over.
Well, oh, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
Hello, YouTube.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
God. I need to see what you do on Twitch.
No, because I don't really have an intro on Twitch. I just start the stream and go, what up? And then just play the game.
Okay, what up?
I don't think we'll be on this tomorrow.
Why not?
I don't think it will be, because I think I might be doing armor or something with the boys. But I need to finish... is it Monday today?
Yeah.
So it's Monday today. I need to finish Mandalorian by 8 o'clock Wednesday, ready for the stream for the Context Needed podcast, because we're most likely going to end up talking about that after one of the other subjects.
Okay.
So if the other guys want to go on armor tomorrow, I'll probably play armor with them.
When are we going to do another film?
What?
When are we going to do a Marvel film? Or is it Guardians 2 next?
It's Guardians 2 next, so we can do that Thursday.
I'm working now, you know.
That's fine, do it after work.
Okay.
You don't work till midnight.
No.
So we'll do Guardians after that. Well,
right.
That's the end of the stream, so goodbye.